Gaga. So it's like, dude, holy crap. This is gorgeous, by the way.
When the remake trilogy does stuff well, they definitely do it well. I think a lot of Coast of Souls, or Gold Saucer. Really
I feel like I'm more positive on the remake trilogy than, like, a lot of people I hear from. Like, I've been watching people on YouTube talk about it, and there are people who are, like, really hardcore on it. And I'm like, well, I have my problems with it. I just wish it had, like, less Ubisoft stuff, but I think that they treated the source material so good.
Yeah. We are starting, like, probably my least favorite segment of this game, which is the all the Dine stuff.
Yeah,
which is starting soon.
They did Dine dirty.
Dine is definitely the worst part of the game, but I think other than that, everything is pretty good.
You know, and it's funny, because when they first were doing the remake, and I knew that it was only Midgar, the first thing I thought for the everything after Midgar was, I can't wait for them to make the Dine stuff longer, because I thought the Dine stuff in the first game was so awesome, but I feel like because you only ever meet him at the very end, in the desert at that, cliff. It's a long scene, but he's only technically in one scene. Yeah. And I was like, you know what, if they added, like, something, or elongated or whatever, I think that would be incredible. Because Dine is such an interesting character, and, like, you meet him, and what, 15 minutes later he's dead, right? And I take that back.
Yeah.
I take it back based on how they did it. They don't, like, character assassinate him, but it's just stupid.
They kinda do.
Yeah.
It's not, like, a full assassination, but it's pretty bad. It also makes Dine way... Well, we'll probably see at this part, but... they also make Dine, like, stupider and less competent, too. Because, like, Dine is, like, such, like, a cool figure that, like, people fear and is clearly, like, someone to be reckoned with. And I think they did that really well in the original, despite how little he's on screen.
The way I look at Dine is, he's Barrett's... If Barrett's 1A, he's 1B. Or if he's 1A, Barrett's 1B, you know? Like, they were, like, inseparable. And it's actually a great study in, like, character psychology. Because both of the characters went through the same thing, right? Their village got destroyed, Shinra screwed them over to the max, and their arms got destroyed, right? Yeah. And Barrett took it, and yes, has a lot of anger and but, like, decided to live, and Dine took it the exact opposite, and decided to just essentially die. Like, he wasn't... Yes, he was alive when you met him, but he was dead. You know what I'm saying by that? Like, he was already dead. He gave up. And it was such a cool character study, I guess. Oh, we're about to meet literally me.
When you beat the game, you can switch into that Yuffie costume and play as her whenever.
It's a pretty cool costume. Remember this guy? When I watched this, I was like, I don't know what's going on.
I wish there was more Madam Them instead of this guy. The remake trilogy really likes coordinated dances. They did it, like, a couple times in the first game and a couple times in this game.
Oh, it's literally me. It's literally me. It is literally me. I freaking love Dio in this game.
This guy is slightly less buff than Spencer.
It's all the flag football. And you know what? It makes perfect sense. Because he is, like, naked, essentially, in the first game. Yep. He's a bodybuilder. So if you're going to be this billionaire or millionaire or whatever that owns the gold saucer... Also, Yuffie's 16, by the way. When I was watching this, I was like, Yuffie. I mean, Dio's what? Like, I know this is Japan, but he's in his 40s, right? Like, I know the joke would be he's 25, right? Because when you're 30, you're an old man, but he's in his 40s. But yeah, I love how they make him just more ridiculous, because it makes sense. If you're a dude who owns Gold Saucer and looks like that and walks around essentially naked, you're going to be ridiculous.
And you, sir, are
broken. Look at his... I don't know what you call the muscles, but like his side of his arms, like, it's not lats. It's like... It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, it's... I don't know what it's called either, like forearm area. Triceps.
Back forearm area. I just love how it's always Cloud, the guy who wants to do it least.
Oh, Kino Soul old models.
Yep.
Have you done a lot of the boxing things?
I did all of them that I could so far.
Yeah, there's 2 more that unlocked, and then one final one once you beat all the side quests. And that one is the worst thing of all time.
I assume it's Sephiroth at that point.
Yep. Well,
I will say the third one, like, that I can do so far took me, like, a bunch of tries. You really have to get in the zone for it.
what?
So this is essentially... It's kind of like rock, paper, scissors of the other game, but it's much more, based on what he's doing and not just random chance.
Yeah, this one's super easy. It's just left and right on the 2 sticks.
But they add more. They add up and down and different stuff. Also, even by the third one, you get... How do I put this? You have to dodge 3 or 4 attacks before you can even attack once. So they make it really ridiculously unfair that way.
So the final one, which is Sephiroth, like Splendor Guess, is he does left up, left side, left down, right up, right side, right down.
Is it always the same?
No. He has like 4 different, because I had to do it so much. You just learn it. He has 4 different patterns. So if you can guess what his pattern is and you have it memorized, then it's like not the worst thing ever. But when he does, especially the left overhook, like the up punch, it's so fast. You have like less than a second to react. Like Dio there was like, after 5 seconds.
Right.
Sephiroth's like, poof.
So that's the very... You said it's the very last thing you do in the game? Like after all side quests are done?
Yeah, when you...
Or are there other things that unlock?
I won't spoil it, but when you beat every single side quest in the game, you get one final one that unlocks a gold saucer.
Oh, that's cool.
And when you finish that one, it unlocks the hardest difficulty for a couple of the gold saucer minigames, including the 3D boxer one.
Oh god, I was hoping you were going to say every minigame. I don't want to do Fall Guys again. That, frog one is essentially...
No, you don't have to do anything. I think you do have to do the VR bike game, but that one's really easy. I did that the first try. And then you also have to do...
Cool.
You have to do the spaceship one again. That one doesn't suck. Nothing sucks other than 3D Brawler.
Okay. Well, that's good at least.
Yeah, thinking about it, all those, I think those unlock, and you get the dark matter crafting materia, and you need dark matter to craft the Genji equipment. So it's like literally like the rewards for the best items in the game.
No matter what I do, and I'm still on my first playthrough, I cannot get Yuffie and Red 13 to give me the blue smiley faces. They're still green. I don't know why. I guess I just make choices that, like, make them like me, but not enough.
Red 13 was actually, I think, my second highest affinity, somehow.
Really?
Aerith is always number 1, but I think Red 13 was always second. You get a lot of chances in Cosmic Canyon.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, he just in Gengaga was like, tell me, Cloud, which mushroom should you eat? And I got it totally wrong, and I was like, cool. I didn't know how I was supposed to know it. They were like, here are 3 colored mushrooms, and I was like, red. And he was like, I see you have a death wish, Cloud. And I was like, well, I'm not planning on eating random mushrooms anyway, so if that makes you feel any better. Did you do that the first time through?
Yeah, I think I tried to do all the affinity questions. I guess I got them right. I don't know.
I don't know. It doesn't super matter.
Yuffie's ones are really weird because you kind of, I guess it's based off the initial like conversation with her. but you kind of like sometimes have to be nice to her, and also sometimes be mean to her.
Well, there was
it's
one.
Weird.
There's one in Gongaga where she's laying there singing, and she's like, "Oh, you heard me singing," and I chose the nice one of, "I'd like to hear an encore," and it didn't say your relationship has changed. Like, I guess I should have been mean and been like, "That song stinks." It's like, okay, I guess. I like they add a little bit of Palmer stuff in here. That's nice. I'm guessing. Oh yeah, that's right. They had a bunch of Palmer stuff.
They had a bunch of Palmer stuff
because
right.
I just remembered.
Essentially, Rocket Town is cut, which I really hope is not in Part 3, because it'd be really weird if it wasn't.
Well, okay. Think about it this way. Because there's a lot of revisiting in Disc 2 and 3, right?
Yep.
So what major areas haven't been explored in this game? Rocket Town, Temple of the Ancients, I'm guessing.
Temple's in this game.
It is? Wow. Medial, I'm guessing that's not.
No.
Northern Crater.
Yeah, obviously all the North continent stuff isn't. So, like Icicle End.
And Icicle End. But there's not much. By the time you get to Nibelheim, you've seen... Oh, and Wutai. I guess they could do a big Wutai thing. But you've seen most of the places so far.
Yeah, I think they're going to do a lot of Wutai stuff. They really build up Wutai.
They really do, yeah.
So, we'll have to see, but if they do a lot of Wutai stuff, it's going to be weird, because they have to, like, do a lot. They have a lot to do in Part 3.
Right? Oh, yeah, they have to do the Cloud getting sick, falling into the life stream. I mean, that is already long in the first game, so I can't imagine. Sid taking over. Well, they have to have Sid. Doing the huge materia. Eris dying or not dying. What? Like, there's a lot.
Dude, the weirdest. As a kid, I never realized that the thing that Kate Sith was riding was a Moogle.
Oh, I never did either.
I never knew that was a fat Moogle. I thought it was just some weird, big, plushy thing.
Nope, Catchy. I'll just be as opposite as I can. I'll still say Yuffie and Tifa, but it's gonna be Catchy.
I definitely like Tifa and Yuffie more than how I said as kids, but Eris is still Eris forever.
Oh yeah, the fact that they changed it still makes me mad.
Let's look up how you say Kate Sith.
It's I forget the first word, but it's she for the second. Kite-chi, maybe? You just have to walk forward for 5 seconds and another cutscene will start. Literally.
Dude, when they announced that, like, it was pronounced Kate Sith in the dub, I remember
I'm sure people got so mad.
People, in quotation marks, aka Twitteroids.
What?
That aren't gonna buy the game anyway.
Right. What are they mad about? How you pronounce a...
Celtic cultural appropriation.
for a animatronic cat. Got it. They even made his voice Celtic. So it's like, it's fine.
Next up is Kate Sith from Final Fantasy VII. That's right, I said Kate Sith because I'm an American. That's how Americans say it.
Sapphire weapon attacks with an arm.
That video sucks.
That is awful.
Amidst the attack.
Oh, sorry.
I say it like Kate Sith.
I say it like an American. No, I want to hear the authentic one so I can make fun of it.
Coyote! Coyote! This is my favorite character in the game.
I don't want to watch a 4-minute video about this. Just give me 10 seconds. Just say it. Why does YouTube suck so hard?
Did you look how to pronounce Kate Sith?
Yeah, that's exactly what I typed.
Wow.
Man, the YouTube mobile app, I hate doing anything on mobile because the mobile apps for everything sucks so hard.
And isn't it amazing that a large percentage of people use the mobile apps like only?
Okay, 30 seconds, some
Spice up
guy.
your sandwich routine with a honey hot club.
I hate the mobile app.
to how to pronounce. In today's video, you are going to learn how to pronounce kite she.
Kite she.
Kite she. Got it.
I think Spencer basically said that.
I did not have the first word exactly
Kite
correct.
she. Yeah, all the Zoomers and Alphas that only use mobile apps for everything, I pity you.
I'll tell you, there's one thing worse than the mobile apps, and that's the PS4 and PS5.
Yeah.
which sometimes Ferris and I watch YouTube on PS4 and PS5, and holy crap, the YouTube app on PS5 is god awful.
I'm gonna chill on desktop with uBlock and Sponsor Block.
I get it.
It is so nice.
So one thing, I just want to make clear that always kind of confused me a little bit about the original is Kate Sith is a robot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, even right now, he's a robot because Kate Sith #1 in FF7 is crushed by the Temple of the Ancients.
Yes.
And then #2 comes like 5 seconds later and is like, "Hi," because it's all is it controlled by someone? I'll leave it as at that. I don't know, just in case. I don't know. We're at 25 years.
I guess they don't say it in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, they really do lay it on thick of who it is, but I guess they don't specifically say it.
Right.
The weirdest thing is, yeah, you haven't gone to Kate Sith like playable, but
I did actually.
Oh, okay.
He's interesting.
The weirdest thing is how Fat Moogle operates because it literally just disappears and reappears. It's like, how does that work?
I'm unsure if I like him as a character yet. Like, I like him as a character, but to play with.
When I first played him, I thought he sucked, but so hard. Once you get used to him, especially if you want to clear his legendary solo bout, you have to get good with him. And once I started to do that, I was like, you know what, he's pretty good. You have to play him so differently than everyone else, though. And Slots is not broken.
Yeah. So far, I've only been using the rolling the dice, which I'm just kind of experimenting with because I just started to be able to use him.
Once you get Moogle Punch or something like that, Moogle Punch is like probably his best ability.
Okay.
And that's the same thing as Tifa's True Strike, which increases the stagger bonus. And yeah, if you have a team with Kate Sith and Tifa, you can get to 300+% stagger bonus like really easily. In fact, that's a trophy.
So here, so far, is my ranking of the characters in terms of how OP they are in battle only. I'm not talking about them as characters. From top to bottom. You ready? Okay. Best character, Tifa. I don't think it's even remotely close.
Yeah, Tifa...
she builds up her ATB so fast. And the fact that you can use those triangle attacks with unbridled strength, I just mow through people. I think second best is... this is tough. But I'm going to say Yuffie. And then right after that, I'm going to say Cloud. And that's my main party that I use. After that, in my opinion, there's a pretty big power gap. And I would say, in this order, Barrett, Eris, Kate Sith, Red 13 worst.
Yeah.
Although I could change any of those.
I pretty much agree. I think that the top character is tied between Tifa and Yuffie. They're very different, but they're both like incredibly broken.
Dude, they're so fast.
Especially, there's some stuff that you can really abuse with Tifa. I don't know if it's actually intended or not, but I only use Unfettered Fury, which I'm not sure if you have unlocked yet, but Unfettered Fury I just find to be way better than Unbridled Strength. But when you have max Unfettered Fury going, you can do a motion where when you hold down the attack button, Tifa will charge up this uppercut. And when you let go of Square, she'll do the uppercut, but then if you press Square again, she'll like cement herself on the ground and do another attack where she kind of looks like she's pushing. And then if you let go of attack again and then hold Square, she'll do the uppercut motion again. And if you do that correctly with the correct timing, she can get like 2 ATB bars in like literally 2 seconds.
Wow.
And I think it's an exploit, but it is insane. And Yuffie is the best because Doppelganger is the best skill in the game. Doppelganger literally duplicates every single one of her motions, and you can combine that with like incredible, just like if you use Eris Arcane Ward, which doubles magic, and then you use Doppelganger with Yuffie, Yuffie will literally do 4 casts of magic if she's on Arcane Ward. It is insane. Yeah, those are definitely the top 2 characters for me, and if we get to it, I'm not sure yet, but I'll show you the most broken party, which is Yuffie, Eris, and it doesn't matter. Just Yuffie and Eris, and a third character.
Which is third character.
Another it's definitely an exploit, but it's funny. Third best, Eris is really good with the right team synergy, but she's pretty low tier if you're just doing solo. So I guess the third best is Cloud. I also really like Barret.
I put him as 4th.
Yeah.
He's fun to use.
And then Kate Sith, and then Red 13.
Okay.
I guess I would put Eris below as second worst if you're not like considering team composition or anything.
Yeah, I would say just as a character.
She's just not super fun to use by herself. Like, Radiant Ward is pretty cool, and like her new triangle ability, Ward Shift, is really useful for defense and just like zipping around the area.
It's actually... Sorry, go ahead.
She just isn't... Like, doing her legendary bout, you have to do it very specifically, because she is so slow, and her dodge is the worst in the game.
It's actually pretty similar to how it was in the original game. I'm pretty sure everyone almost universally agrees that the best 3 party in the original is Tifa, Yuffie, and Cloud. I mean, you have to use Cloud. But, Tifa... I know speedrunners use Tifa because of Deathblow.
Yeah, it's because of that stupid gauntlet that has 255 accuracy for no reason. So you just use that with Deathblow and it hits every time. It's like, what were they thinking?
And I know a lot of casuals use Yuffie because her weapons oftentimes have 100% accuracy, or 255, whatever. Plus her morph is absurd. Like, her ability to morph anything is absurd.
Yeah, and any character that has... I mean, most characters have a multi-hit limit break, but like characters like... Sid has one, Barret has one, Yuffie has one, Cloud obviously has one. Vincent's the worst character because his limit break is just garbage.
Vincent, I think, is always considered to be the worst character, and then probably...
I think there's another character with a one-hit limit break level 4, but
it's not Sid, because Highwind does 1 billion.
Yeah. Is it...
And it's not Barret, because Ungermax or whatever...
Is it Red 13?
It might be Red 13.
Yeah, I guess it's Red 13. Did you get Tifa when you were doing this?
Yes. Yes. Is this the date, technically?
This is the first date. There's 2 dates.
Oh, there's 2 dates. I definitely got Tifa, yeah.
At least you get to see something different. Although the first date is extremely casual.
Unfortunately, what was I going to say? I love Sid. Sid is my favorite character in FF7, but he's fairly mid in the actual game. Highwind, his level 4 limit break, is... probably second best to Omni Slash. I will definitely say that. It's either that or Barret's level 4, which rains down 1 billion missiles. One of those 2.
Yeah, even Barret's, you know the one where it's just, it looks like him just, like, doing a normal, like, bullet spray, but every single bullet hits individually?
Yeah.
That's also a really good, like, level 3 limit break.
But I think universally Vincent is considered the worst. And unless you're cheesing Kate Sith slots, he's probably second worst. That seems
Kate
fair.
Sith is, like, technically, like, he's the best because he can one-shot Sephiroth. It's like, yeah, I guess. But, like, when you're using them without... If you don't do that, Kate Sith sucks.
If someone ever says that, then say, okay, then just kill 65,000 people with Vincent.
Yeah.
Get over, what is it called, overdrive? Or
Overflow.
Overflow. So Vincent has this thing in the original game. I know so much about the original game, it's stupid. Has something called Overflow, where the more enemies it kills, the more damage he does, which makes sense. And the maximum is like, I'm not going to get this exact number, 65,322 or something like that. Something around there. And if you take that time, that literally dozens of hours it'll take, then he will one-shot Emerald and Ruby Weapon. You attack one time, and his attack technically does like -1, and it causes any enemy in the game to instantly die.
It looks so weird because he does like it looks like I swear it's like 300 damage or like 3-digit damage, and you're like, and then they just die.
Yeah. So if anyone's like, "Oh, Kate Sith is the best," okay, Vincent's the best because he can literally one-shot with anything. But that's silly to imagine. I'm curious to see how they do Vincent in general, both as a character and as playing as him.
I don't know.
I'm sure you see him at some point
Yeah.
in this. But... Well, it's just like how Red 13 was not playable in Remake, right?
Yeah, he was like there, but he wasn't playing.
Right. I'm sure it's the same thing where like you meet him and it's like, oh, and they like, it's kind of like a good cliffhanger of like, hey, you get to use this guy later, you know, kind of thing.
All I'll say is that he does a certain something in this game. If they translate that to his gameplay in Part 3, he's going to be insanely good.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think he's going to be garbage.